That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel.
All right. Welcome to Cripple Baldy, a podcast for the rest of us.
Yes. Thank you for joining us. We would like to welcome you to sit down, have a drink, smoke a smoke, toke a toke. Talking about the marijuanas, in case you didn't get that. Before we get started, I would just like to address the elephant in the room, which is that Keisha's boyfriend, or whom I lovingly call Fat Nerd, because that's what he is. He looks just like me as a woman, and I just like him. We use that Snapchat filter. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I'm the one that told you to use it, remember?
Okay, I don't know why you're... Okay. Well, the point is that Keisha has always obviously been madly in love with me, and she found a man who,
I mean,
if he were to be a woman,
kind of looks like you. He looks more like this chick that I used to go to high school with.
And vice versa. I am it.
I know. Okay, I will say that. You look like a black-haired version of him.
You know what? I look just like him as a man. Okay?
Yeah. Kind of creepy. But
I seriously do. So. That was creepy. You can, admit your love for me now. It's okay.
Anyways. So, our podcast is called Cripple and Baldy. I'm Baldy, and I have alopecia, which is just a fancy way to say that I'm going bald. And as a female, it really sucks, but whatever. We gotta deal with what we're dealt.
Well, your hair is thinning. You're not going bald. Like your hair is thinning.
No. Like female hair loss is different than like male hair loss. And so I will probably always have some kind of like little wispy hairs, and I probably won't go like completely bald because of the kind of alopecia I have.
Okay. And I am Cripple. So yeah, you're welcome. I'm here. I'm Cripple. I'm proud.
So what do you mean by cripple though? Like...
So I have osteogenesis imperfecta, which is a bone disorder. It is basically where there is a lack of collagen in the bones. Like there's collagen, it's a deficiency. So, and like collagen, there's collagen in your bones. It's different than the other kind of collagen in your body. This helps hold your bones together, and I have it. I just don't have a lot of it. And it also varies. And why am I going into my medical history so much? But yeah, so I use a wheelchair. I'm a wheelchair user. And my papa, who was from Mexico, also had it. So I got it from him. Thanks, Daddy. I am ethnic.
This is the whitest way to say that. Go on. Yeah. So we decided to call our podcast Cripple and Baldy because we are very mean to one another, and we refer to each other by those names and have since middle school when we met.
When we first fell in love. Tell the story, baby.
So Jasmine and I met in science class, and for whatever reason, I thought it would be really funny to ask my science teacher if he was Jewish.
You sound like a really boring person the way that you're talking right now. I just want to let you know. That's not how she was in middle school. Really, she was crazy. Person. She was wild.
I was wild and free.
Yeah, and
now I am just old and jaded.
Both of us.
But anyways, so we started talking and we had a couple of classes together. So we just hung out, and we continued to hang out. And we even have matching tattoos that say Mexican candy, because that's how we met.
Oh, okay. Well, how about we actually tell the story, because she literally didn't say anything. So I love you. I'm going to seem like such a bitch. It's okay. So what happened was I was a little fat, chub, red-faced cripple girl of 14 years, and she was this little not fat. It's a different story now. we were in science class and I would sit next to her. And then one day she raised her hand, or I don't fucking know. And she said, hey, would you be my rabbi, to the science teacher? And I just thought that was like the funniest.
I completely forgot about that.
I just thought that was like the funniest thing I'd ever heard. And I immediately was like, I want that. And so I pursued her and I asked her to come sleep over at my house, because I'm quick like that. Even at 14, I was like, hey, boo boo, I like your style. Come and like stay at my house. And so she ate all of the gross popsicles that me and my brother and sister didn't like, because she was a starving child. And and we have like hung out.
We had the best sleepover. We pretended to be hookers with fake cigarettes on the corner of where she lived, which was like in the suburbs.
Oh my God. Why did we do that? I don't even remember. Wait, like what? Oh my God. We should have been murdered. We're stupid. What?
You know what? Our version of what hookers looked like just looked like we were going to Rocky Horror, or just some weird like preteen wannabe goth kids.
Yeah, but we were like 14, 13, like on the corner, chubby faced, like childlike, you know? So it's like the predators would have attacked us. We're lucky.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important to say like why we wanted to do this. Personally, I listen to a lot of podcasts and I feel like I can't relate to anyone because they all like come from a place of privilege, at least the ones that I've listened to, or they're like some like random like bros and like they are like, oh, we're so funny. And they're not really, they're just douches. So,
yeah.
Same C's, right?
Yeah.
So
you have talking points. Let's get to those.
So there's a wheelchair user on Broadway, the first one. And what are your thoughts, Cripple?
So her name is, what the fuck is her name? I don't know.
Stroker.
Okay. No, it's not Natalie. Did you say Natalie?
I said Allie Stroker.
Oh,
she strokes it, man.
Yeah, she does.
Let her
she likes
get it.
to stroke it. And the thing is, she's showing her love of stroking because she's the lead in Oklahoma, and that story is about a promiscuous woman who loves stroking it, aka the penis. It's really, I think it's like a wonderful, as a disabled person, to see another disabled person like as a lead in a production, because I am a singer myself. I went to school for music. And so I've had a really hard time getting parts in things because of my disability. So seeing this happen is like great. And it's like, it makes me hopeful, because I'm not a musical theater singer. I am a classical singer. So yeah. So like she was originally in the cast of Spring Awakening, and it was the deaf, I don't know what they were called, but it was like a deaf theater that like put on this production. And what they had done is they had taken deaf actors and hearing actors and they put them together. And so like the deaf actors would be signing while the hearing actors would be like singing the songs. So like they were both like a part, they were the same character. It's actually really cool. I didn't get to see it, but I saw like clips of it. And she was in that production in like the chorus. I think she might have had a small role, but now she's the lead in Oklahoma. And the reason why this is like such a great thing is because one of the reasons, well, first of all, she's the fucking lead on Broadway, and that's pretty cool. But also this musical is about like a promiscuous woman. So like not only is it like showing like disabled people like in life, but it's also showing her being a sexual disabled person. And I think that that's like really important. And yeah.
I agree. I think it's really important. I think the thing about it that I don't like, it's that it's taken this long, A, and B, like it has to be someone that, you know, comes from a place of privilege and that is like very like Eurocentrically like beautiful.
She's like blonde hair, blue-eyed,
so it has to be like a certain kind of disabled person to be successful, which yes, representation is important, but why does it have to like take this long? You know? And I think that when you're looking at like other minorities, you know, it's usually someone that has like more Eurocentric features that is accepted, you know, like in movies or just like in white society, like a little bit more. So that's irritating. So I don't know. I kind of feel like both ways because, you know, maybe I'm just sensitive to it.
Yeah. It's like they put their foot in the water, right? Or will they? I mean, they didn't put their foot in the water. They're like taking a fucking swim, right? Because, but like she's still like the whole like thing that people are trying to like fight against about like being thin, blonde haired, like blue eyed, gorgeous people are like all we see in the media. And yeah, like you just said, like it's great that there's a disabled person, but of course, like when they start out, they choose like a disabled person that's like okay for everybody. I don't know, like to please everyone, which is the same. I don't know. And like what I'm saying isn't making any sense. But I think what we're talking about more is in terms of like everyone is beautiful. I know that's so like, oh my God, what a fucking gross cliche like thing to say. I love everyone. I don't love everyone. Okay. I really don't. But what I'm trying to say is like, no, bitch, like you need to like realize that your beauty doesn't matter. What you look like doesn't give you value. Like that's what people need to realize. Like they're like, oh no, we need more like representation of beauty because we don't feel beautiful. And it's like, no, you need to know that like your value isn't based on how you look. Like that's the fact. Like, and they're advertising to you, telling you that the way that you look is the only fucking thing that matters.
I like your straw.
So thank you. Oh my God. My mom just bought these. Okay. So my straw it's got like colorful polka dots on it. And then it comes with these little like attachments. It sounds like effort and it is, but it's worth it. And it comes with like these little attachments of these flowers that you stick on yourself with like double-sided tape. And it's fucking cute. You will see the GIF or photo depending on what we did.
Are they paper straws?
Yeah, it's paper. And I'm also drinking.
Yeah, because we care about the environment.
Yeah, I care. Yeah, exactly. That was why. No other reason. It's the environment, obviously. I'm also drinking La Combe coffee, which is a draft latte, whatever the fuck that means. It's pretty good though. They sell it at Walmart now.
Oh, cool. I'll have to look into that. Oh my gosh. So I found this water and it's branded as Liquid Death. And it is like the most ridiculous thing that I've ever seen. I'm going to have to like share a link or something. But like the branding is like, you know, like how when you look at like candy or energy drinks, it's just like got this hardcore, like fucking like metal.
Yeah.
Like branding or whatever, right? But it's like that, but it's like fancy water. And so like I was looking it up. I was like, this is a real product. Because I was like, I thought it was like an April Fool's joke or something. I know it's like May, but like I was like, well, maybe this is like an old article. So I found their site and I looked up their like about their product, and they're like, why should all of the weird and like cool branding be just for things that are unhealthy for you, like energy drinks and candy? Like we want to be weird too. And I was just like, I don't know how I feel about this.
I feel like Americans are dumb. And by Americans are dumb, I mean people are dumb, not just Americans. And they like to be marketed to, and they'll fall for some dumb gimmick where you talk about like how the water is rageful or whatever the fuck you called it. Wait, what was it called?
It was called like Liquid Death or something. I'm gonna have to find it. It's so ridiculous.
They charge like $3 for like basically just like a spring water.
Yeah, Liquid Death.
And call it that.
Liquid Death mountain water. Murder your thirst.
Murder your nerves.
Oh, I went to a Lizzo concert the other night, and she was talking about vulnerability, and not just that it's for other people, but like it's for yourself too.
Wait, Lizzo, between like her twerking her ass on stage and talking about how much she loves dick, talked to you about vulnerability.
Yeah, and she was just talking about like representation and like allowing yourself to like feel your feelings and like, you know, not care about what other people think. And like, if you feel like you look good in like things that people say that you shouldn't wear or something, like, you know, just do your thing. And when you do it unapologetically and you're not worried about people, like what they think or like trying to, you know, please them or whatever, people like respond to it because you're being your authentic self. And she really attributes like a lot of her success to it, which was great because I went to that fucking concert with a half shirt on, like, and fake hair, and I was like, I don't know if I can wear this. I mean, but I wore it because I felt cute in it. But then I was like, is this too much? And of course, like, my mom was watching my kid. And she was like, you shouldn't go out wearing that. Now it's like, quit being a hater, because I know she was saying something, because she's like, you shouldn't wear a half shirt. You shouldn't wear a crop top. And like, I wasn't even like showing like a significant amount of my body. And then she tried to like, when I called her on her shit, she was kind of like, no, it's just like your stomach's really white. And I was like, okay, Mom, you've been my mom my whole life. And you've always hated on me for wearing revealing clothes because I don't have, you know, I don't know, body like yours.
Like a stereotypical body of like that you would see, like that's allowed to wear that type of clothing or something.
Because I remember being a kid and like I wanted to wear like a two-piece, and like I am short and I am very boxy shaped, but that doesn't mean that I can't wear things like that and feel confident in them, you know?
Yeah, everybody should be able to wear what they want. And also, your mom's a fucking bitch. Like, fuck your mom. What the fuck is wrong with her? Yeah, your mom, I shouldn't talk about that on the podcast.
So we have a complicated relationship with my mom, Jasmine and I, because we've known each other for that long.
Yeah.
So do you have...
No comment. So last night I went to a drive-in.
Really? What'd you go see?
I don't remember the name of the film, but it was with Seth Rogen and Charlize Theron, and it was a romantic comedy. It was like a 90s-esque romantic comedy. It was a very or like early, not 90s, like early 2000s, you know, like The Wedding Planner, like anything Jennifer Lopez did.
I think I know what movie you're talking about.
What?
Like, Jennifer Lopez was in it?
No, I'm saying it was Jennifer Lopez-esque. Like she was in all of those romantic comedies in the early 2000s. That was like her jam. But it was like very predictable. I remember loving those movies back then. I was a impressionable like 14-year-old or whatever year it was. I don't fucking know. But when I watched that, I was like, wow, this is stupid.
Was it Long Shot? Was that what you saw?
Say that again?
Was it Long Shot?
Yeah. Dude. I was pretty high, honestly, but like it still was dumb. And like it was just, she was like she was running to be the president. And then like in the end, she's like, this fat guy with a beard is my boyfriend and I'm not ashamed.
What?
I'm not kidding. That's like how it ended, like with her making out with him and everybody taking photos. And she's like, this is my boyfriend. It literally ends with her being like, this is my boyfriend. I'm not even kidding. Also, like, okay, I have a friend who hates Seth Rogen. Like, she passionately hates him, and I think that's fucking hilarious because I understand why certain celebrities are fucking annoying and why you'd hate them. Besides the fact that they're all, like, in satanic cults. Seth Rogen to me is such like a generic person. Like I don't see him as someone that you would like necessarily hate or love. Like he seems like neutral. And the fact that she despises him is like so fucking hilarious to me. Because I think he's the most random person to hate. Like,
yeah. Well, I think like they're trying to say like, you know, nice guys finish last and like, you know, women have unrealistic opinions of like male beauty or whatever. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of those movies kind of allude to that, you know, like The Hangover. Well, not The Hangover.
Like the ugly guy gets the hot girl?
Yeah. Like Super Bad, like Knocked Up, Long Shot.
Yeah, where the fuck is the movie about the ugly girl getting the hot guy? Like when that's so fucking rare.
Well, I mean, like I feel like they did that.
She was just fat.
Yeah, but like fat doesn't mean that you can't be beautiful. Like fat's just a thing.
Yeah, but you're labeled as ugly if you're fat.
Yeah,
that's
and
like
that doesn't make any sense. I mean, and I'm not gonna lie, I loved Knocked Up. I would just like watch it like forever when it first came out. I don't know why I thought it was so funny. I think it's because I would just get stoned and I would just like pass out and be like, I never finished this movie. I gotta watch it again. And like, you know what I mean? Because it came out when I was like, what, like 18 or 19? So that was my life.
It's because Jay Baruchel was in it, and that's your boo. So,
who?
Let's be honest.
Jay who?
Jay Baruchel or whatever. I don't know. He's on How to Train Your Dragon. He's on End of the World. Oh, wait.
Oh, yeah.
He's on This Is the End.
Yeah. I just don't know what his name is.
I'm still into it, dude. Yeah. It's Jay Baron Shaw. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but it's something like that.
You're right.
He is cute, but he's like very skinny. Oh my God, that's me body shaming. What the fuck, Jasmine? Whatever. Like people don't do that all the time to my body type. Chubby is what we're going for. To fat. I'm fat. I'm not gonna lie. Fuck, I had a point about that movie though. Oh, like the thing is though, like with Seth Rogen, like I don't get why people love him either. Like I don't understand why someone would be a huge fan of his, because I don't think he's that exceptional. He's funny and that's it. Like that's where it ends for me. You know, like Kevin Hart is fucking hilarious. He is so good. His stand-up is fantastic. And so to me, I'm a big Kevin Hart fan. But when it comes to like Seth Rogen, I'm just like, okay, yeah, he's all right.
Has he ever done stand-up?
I don't think so.
I wonder what that would be like.
I guess you're right. That's a bit different thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who's someone that, fuck, I can't even think of like a big, Will Ferrell. I love him. He's fucking hilarious. Like, he's hilarious. I'm a fan of his. So, we have a segment on this program called Hate It or Quit It. And, it's a game I love to play with my friends. You can do famous people or people you know, but since nobody knows who we know and we don't know anybody that each other knows, then we're gonna just, Heather. We do know Heather. Hit it or quit it.
What, Heather?
Yeah.
She's like my sister.
So, incest is cool now, dude. Get with it.
Oh, God. Gross.
If you can't keep it in your pants, keep it in the family. Okay?
That's horrible.
Fact.
No, not at all. I think she's pretty.
The closer the kin, the better the skin. Okay?
Did you just make that up? Because that only kind of makes sense.
No, I did not. Okay, I heard this many years ago and then I held on to it and I repeat it any chance I get, to which people are like, what the fuck? Because it's the best thing ever and nobody has heard it, but it's hilarious. So I get it. Yeah. We won't play Hit It or Quit It with her because that's weird. And also nobody knows who she is because she's not a famous person yet. So I came up with a list of a few. And my first one is Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman? Oh, no.
Hit it or quit it. Hit it.
I would have to quit it. I'd have to quit it.
You know what? I'd also have to I wouldn't quit it. I just wouldn't even go near it. I couldn't because he's gross.
I mean, he looks like Will Ferrell's dad.
He looks like Perez Hilton, like the young version of Perez Hilton. Mario Lavandera or whatever his name is. He is the gossip person, not Paris Hilton. Yeah. Perez.
No. I know that. No, but I'm saying Ron Perlman. I wonder what he looked like when he was young.
He looks like Perez Hilton. Now.
You're going to keep saying that.
It's fucking true. Okay. Are you going to give me one?
Okay. Hit it or quit it. Oh, man. Who am I into at the moment? Oh, have you seen Crazy Rich Asians?
Yeah, and yes. Hit it. 100%. You're talking about the main Asian dude?
You don't even know what?
You're talking about the main Asian guy from it. The main Asian guy. They're all Asian. The main guy, right?
Yeah, Henry Golding.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. What about you?
Definite yes.
Obviously.
And the girl that plays his sister, Gemma Chan, she is so pretty. I can't even deal with it.
I am going to look that up because I do not know what she looks like. Also, here was my other one. This one, I know your answer because I don't know if you know this about me and Keisha, but we agree on the attractiveness of famous men. Not men in person, but famous men. We always agree. Always. Okay. So
it's like a superpower. It's like freaky.
It is, because whenever I'm trying to convince somebody that this person's hot and they say no, I'm always like, okay, those people might be stupid, but I know Keisha's got my back, and I'll text her a picture of somebody. I'll be like, hot or not? And she'll be like, are you fucking kidding me? That's my baby daddy. So
she's not wrong.
Okay, so which person am I going to mention right now then? Guess which one.
I don't fucking know.
Come on.
It could be anyone.
It's the number one, boo-boo. It's the one that united us when we were both like, wow, damn, we have the same taste.
I don't remember.
This is a D-list actor, because for some reason, all the hottest actors are D-list. I don't know why. His name is Daniel Sanjata.
Oh, gosh.
I first saw him on a television show called Lie to Me, in which he played a serial rapist and a psychopath.
What?
And I remember watching that movie and being like, damn, who dat? But then I was like, oh, like he's a rapist and like crazy, but I was still like into it and like violently masturbated.
So I know him from Rescue Me because I watched a couple seasons of that. Did he have like a I don't know, like a Chicago, like a northern accent?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to the words coming out of his mouth. I just like to look at that body and face.
Okay. All right. Well, all I'm saying is, okay, I've got one. Danny from the Mindy Project.
Fuck yes. He is like, the thing about Chris Messina is that like,
yeah, I couldn't remember his name.
He is so like, it's not just how he looks. Like it's his accent and like how he talks and how he like carries himself. Like it's his whole like thing, you know? I remember listening to Mindy Kaling talk about how like every woman who she's ever encountered always asks her, so Chris Messina, what's his deal? Huh? And he's like a little guy too. Like I think he's pretty short.
He's like 5'9".
Oh, that's not short. He's shorter than that. That's what they say. He's probably like 5'5". I think he's tiny, but who knows?
I don't know. I've dated short guys and like some of them are kind of buff and that makes them just like
look shorter.
Well, no, it doesn't make them look shorter. It makes them look like
yes,
I feel like it makes them look more confident.
I feel like they look shorter. Whenever I see like a really buff short guy, I'm like, oh damn, he's short. Okay, here's a good one. Eric from The Little Mermaid.
I'm gonna have to say quit it. I mean, Why? It's not that bad, but quit it because he reminds me of my dad because my dad had that same hairstyle like in the 90s. Also, Aladdin reminds me of my dad when he was younger. Like I can't.
Okay, first of all, I have to say Aladdin is my number one childhood crush, which like there's nothing wrong with being into cartoons, okay? Cartoon porn. It's a thing. Look it up. Secondly, your dad was fucking hot when he was younger, so I am not surprised. And if I met your dad, no, I would hate your dad because I think your dad has a disgusting personality. So, and he also looks a little bit like you, so it's like I get to like fuck Keisha and her dad. I get to be her new mommy.
Wow.
Keisha's dad, call me.
I don't like any of this conversation.
Okay, wait.
But I mean, like, okay, so like to be honest, I don't have the best relationship with my dad, but
he was hot.
Even if I
when
did,
he was younger.
Gross.
Also, I would just like to say, I had said that Keisha had told her mom what I said. They're now divorced, by the way, and hate each other.
They've been divorced.
But she had informed her mom that I had seen a photo of Keisha's father, or Baldy's father, when he was like in his 20s, and I said, oh damn, he's good looking. And Keisha's mom responded with, ew, what the fuck is wrong with Jasmine? And then I was like, you married him and had 2 children with him. All I said was he was like good looking when he was younger. Your mom is crazy.
And just so you know, my dad was a short buff guy. He was 5'6", and he was like a 3rd degree black belt. He is not dead yet, but he is no longer fit and buff, but he is still short. Anyways.
Okay, so does that closes our hit it or quit it segment. Okay, there was something like really important that I had to address, which is what do I look different to you?
Oh, because of the hair parting?
I parted my hair on a different side because I looked at videos of myself with my hair parted like the way I've been doing it for years, and I noticed that it makes my face look really fucking uneven, and I was like, holy fuck. This is my Californianess coming out right now. The part is on the wrong side. I don't look good. So I changed it, and yesterday I went to my choir rehearsal, and my friend Alyssa was all like, there's something different about you. And I was like, it's my part. And she's like, you look really good. Like, I don't know what it is. And I was like, it's because I changed the placement of my part. Oh, I'm talking about the part of my hair. Did I make that clear? Because it sounds like we're talking about like an audition or something. Or not an audition.
I don't know. When I was a kid, my mom always referred to my vagina as my part. So this is a really weird conversation.
I changed the placement of my vagina.
I just thought it would be like really good to place it on my left cheek so people would know what they're missing, you know?
But I do look
that
more
would make
youthful.
like summer days like really like hard.
Oh my God, I'm so hard. Wait, what did you say?
No, I'm just saying like if you had a vagina on the left side of your face, like it'd be really hard to like deal in the summer because like your vagina on your face would start sweating. But then you could like smell it because it'd be right there.
I know. You would be so stinky. You'd have to like wipe that shit all the time. It's moist.
Oh my God.
So,
like I don't want to think about it, but I'm a very visual person. Like we need to change the subject.
You could literally face fuck someone then.
Dude. I don't even want to think about it. Yeah, well, okay, so I recently took a stand-up class, and I will say that it was one of the hardest things that I've ever forced myself to do as an adult. Because every freaking class you had to write something and then you had to perform it in front of a bunch of people. And it was really nerve-wracking. The reason I took it, one, is because I love comedy and I thought that it would be fun. But also I'm really bad at public speaking. I didn't used to be this way. So I thought, what better way than to take a class doing something I enjoy to get better at something I need to get better at. I do a lot of public speaking with my volunteering. And yeah, I would definitely say that after the first couple of classes, I started noticing that I felt more comfortable talking in front of people. And I saw that transfer like into my work life. So when I'd be talking to leadership or when I would just, I don't know, be talking in a meeting of my peers, I would not be all awkward. I mean, like still a little awkward, but like less awkward. So 10-10 would do again. The only thing that sucked is I had like 10 of my local friends come out to watch me for my showcase, and I forgot half of what I was going to say. And I was so mad because I practiced and I memorized the whole fucking thing, and I just bombed. And I had a great spot in the lineup too. And all my friends were there.
The thing is, though, is that I was talking to this comedian outside of the Comedy Store one day, or night, actually. And, God, I don't remember his fucking name, but he's really funny. He's not, like, famous or anything. I don't know if he's at a special on, like, Comedy Central or any, like, you know, those half-hour ones. I don't know.
Were you talking about TJ Miller?
No. I have not spoken to TJ Miller. I did walk down the hallway at the Comedy Store, though, and he like turned around to stare at me, and I was like, damn. And it was when I had like a bunch of makeup on, and I was like, all right. But he probably wasn't, because I've seen his wife and she's pretty fucking hot. But people are surprised when you look nice and you're crippled. So no, but anyways, I was talking to this guy was outside of the Comedy Store, and me and my friend were talking about how we've been interested in doing stand-up because like we've both been told that we're funny and that we should try it. So he said that you always bomb. He was like, it always happens. He's like, the first time you do it, you're gonna bomb. That's just how it is. And And he said you have to also get used to bombing because it takes a while for you to get good at it. Like comedy, it's like just like anything else, you know? Even if you're a naturally funny person, like it's also a skill. Except, what the fuck is her name? Skinny Women Are Evil? Monique. Okay. She wrote a book called Skinny Women Are Evil. I do not think skinny women are evil. Don't come at me. Okay. That's her book. So Monique, her like situation though was that like, but I guess this is the exception, but like she basically had gone on stage one night at an open mic because like she was with her brother and he was bombing. Like he was trying to do stand up and it was like really bad and she was making fun of him and he was like, well then why don't you go up and try it then if you think you're so fucking good. And then she was like, all right. She'd never done stand up before and she just went up there and just like killed it. Just her talking about whatever. She said she talked about being a big girl. That was like her thing. And that's when her comedy career started. So some people can just fucking, I don't know. They're just good. Or they sell their souls to the devil.
Well, I don't know. In my experience, this one time that I did it, I guess, you know, when I was a kid, I was like in plays or whatever, and we always had like a rehearsal beforehand, and it was a little bit more streamlined, and it was a little bit chaotic. Trying to get, I guess there was an event before in the space, so they were like cleaning it up and like trying to get everyone on, and the person that had been leading the classes hadn't made the list of who was going to go on when, and we had never practiced like on stage. And so even though I was comfortable in the classroom, which was like this loft area with a microphone and like a couple rows of seats and a spotlight, I looked out there and of course I'm talking about something ridiculous and no one's laughing, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should say something different. And then I was like, wait, I can't pause. I got to keep going. I got to say stuff. And then I was like, wait, what was I saying? So now that I've done it the one time, I think if I went up for another open mic in that space, I'd feel more comfortable. But I guess I should have anticipated bombing and maybe not have invited so many people. I would have felt more comfortable.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, I thought it was pretty bold that you, like, invited so many people because I don't even invite people to my performances ever. And I've been doing it for a while. But
I mean, it was cool. Yeah. Like, I ended up going out afterwards with a couple of my friends. There was an art crawl that night, and we got drinks and looked at art because we're art kids. And everyone else was like, you did good. And I was like, no, seriously, like, I know my set was like way shorter than everyone's and I know it was noticeable. You don't have to tell me that I did okay or I did good. And my friend recorded it, but I can't bring myself to watch it. I think once it's like been an appropriate amount of time for me to mourn.
Yeah.
You know, I can
it's
listen
like too
to
fresh.
It, but it hasn't been long enough yet.
It's fine though. Like that you bombed because that's what happens.
I should have anticipated
so just
that.
do it again.
But yeah, I don't know.
But you didn't even bomb. It was just that you forgot shit. But people laughed at the stuff that you did, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like
They did.
See? So you didn't bomb.
There was a wheelchair user there, and I made some jokes referring to Cripple, and no one laughed but her over those jokes. And it was funny because like I had missed a class, so I went to the Wednesday class instead of the Sunday class like I normally went to. And I met her friend who she was there supporting. And so I talked to him, I talked to her, and I was like, hey, just so you know, I am going to say some things about cripples. Please don't be offended. I mean, because like, you know, different people feel different ways about things. So I didn't want it to like catch her off guard and I don't know, be upsetting. Not that I said anything like wrong, but you never know. So I was just kind of like trying to be mindful.
Yeah. The other thing is too, cripple is a derogatory term. So it's like a thing that disabled people can say and you can't. It's kind of like the N-word. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. And so that's why I think it's good that you checked with her. But even so, like, I don't know. Yeah, you shouldn't be tossing around that word.
I'm literally calling you cripple in this podcast.
Okay, well, I know.
Well, maybe we're just trying to normalize it.
Yeah, but then the thing is, I've heard people use that term towards me when I've used it, and I'm like, nah, dude, it's called taking it back. Okay. That's what we're doing. That's why we do it. That's why Big Dick Crip is a thing, right?
I so hope that's what he goes by.
It is. You were right. It's Big Dick Crip.
Well, I haven't had a chance to Google it, so.
I literally just looked up. I looked up Big Dick Crip and then I put images, why did I do that? But I found an image of a guy inserting his penis into another man's butthole. So that's what Big Dick Crip is. But that is what he calls himself. Weird. Pornhub.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Okay. I just found somebody posted this on Urban Dictionary and it says cryptic. Oh wait, damn it, that wasn't the one. Why did it go away?
I don't know. Probably because you touch yourself at night.
You know what? That is not why it would go away. But yes, I do. Fuck.
That's what we believe in the South.
Okay, so it says cryptic. A crip with a big ass dick and knows how to work it. Thanks, Urban Dictionary.
Oh, okay. You know, I love Urban Dictionary so much. Heather actually posted my name with a definition on there. It's ridiculous.
Okay, the thing, I was going to mention that because this is so, okay. When Urban Dictionary became like a thing, which was probably like 10 years ago or like 11 years ago or whatever, I feel like I was like 18 or 7. It was a long ass time ago.
We were on it in middle school.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't. Okay, well, I discovered it maybe when I was like 17 or something. But
late to the game once again.
Of course. I looked up everybody I knew's name because they would always have these great like definitions. And like, so I looked up your name, which is like a rare name, and it literally described you. And I was like, what? It was like, she's short. She likes to call herself Asian. She's annoying, or I don't know what it was. But I was like, holy fuck, this is Keisha, and like freaking out. And then literally when Heather came to visit, I think is when I had found out that she wrote that. She told me, she was like, no, I wrote that. That's why. Because I was literally like, the universe knows like who to name Keisha, and they all are like this.
I mean,
so
I had forgotten about it, but I remember when I stayed with her for a little while when I was in middle school, and one day, I don't know, we were just like doing homework or something. She's like, oh my God, you have to come here and look. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I had no idea she had done it, and she thought it was the funniest thing.
It was. Thank you for doing that, Heather. You made my life. We have a segment called Ask Cripple and Baldy. And, so yeah, we don't have any followers as this is our first fucking podcast. So we decided to ask our friends and family to ask us some questions. And I don't know what they are. This is a surprise. So this one comes from my friend Cassie. And she wrote that it's from Patty from Washington. It's not Cassie, it's Patty from Washington. Patty from Washington. Oh, wait, Wisconsin. I'm sorry, I don't understand words. So it says, if you knew you were going to die, what would your last meal be? Oh my God. That is such a good question. And I think we were watching a YouTube video about it, but I don't remember because I was pretty high. So,
I don't know. I'd probably want like chicken Alfredo and tuxedo cake.
Oh my God. Eileen Warnos. You know what her fucking last meal was? She's a badass bitch. Like, if you're going to go out, she went out hard. She had a cup of coffee. That was her fucking last meal. For those of you who don't know, Eileen Wuornos was a serial killer back in, the 90s or 80s? She was a prostitute, and she would murder guys and take their money.
Yeah.
And she said it was because they all raped her. Who knows? But when I heard that, and then she said her last words were like, fuck you, or see you in hell. I think it was see you in hell. Oh my God, I'm gonna look it up because it was so crazy. It really was. I was like, damn,
it's so badass.
Bitch, having a cup of coffee and like, oh my God. Okay. So yours would be Alfredo?
Yeah.
Or what did you say?
Like chicken Alfredo and tuxedo cake. And maybe like I just get like super drunk. I don't know. Maybe I would just like go into like a deep sleep.
Oh, no, wait, what the fuck? This is what Eileen Wuornos said. I just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus, June 6th. Like the movie, big mothership and all, I'll be back. What? Fuck yeah! She's gonna fucking come back like Jesus! Except for June 6th came and went, and she didn't come back, so that bitch is a liar.
Did she really say that? Are we gonna fact check that?
Dude, I don't know. Fuck, you fucking fact checked it. Check it.
Okay. Next question. I got a question.
We're like, never mind.
I have 2 questions.
Wait, I didn't answer the question.
Okay, well, you answer the question.
Like, fuck. I would definitely, like, I'd get it all. I wouldn't get one thing. Like, what am I crazy? Oh, my last meal. Let me just have a sandwich. Fuck you. Also, I wouldn't choose a sandwich. Why would I do that to myself? I would obviously get a smothered burrito, bean and cheese with rice. I don't know if I do sour cream because sometimes I do, but sometimes I don't. And I don't know what state I'm going to be in. And obviously, like, sombrero hot sauce because it's my favorite. And I would definitely have chocolate peanut butter ice cream because that's my fucking favorite ice cream. I'd get some pad thai with tofu. Okay. I would have some, like, the paste stuff that they have at Thai places. I don't know what that's called. It's not sriracha, but it's got, like, the little things in it. It's like sriracha, but it's, like
chili
different.
Paste.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would have that. And then I'd also get a Thai iced tea. And I would get like 5 different Starbucks beverages that were like sugared up, like a white mocha cinnamon
you
dolce,
would be all fucked
a white
up.
mocha raspberry. And then I would also get yellow curry with, I would do about a 4. I wouldn't want to like do 2. No, maybe I'd do a 3 out of 5 for spicy level because I wouldn't want it too spicy to interfere with like my other things that I'm eating, but I still want the spice. And with rice, obviously. Yellow curry with rice. And
God, this is just making me really hungry. I really want some Indian food.
Dude, I would love, yeah.
Garlic naan.
Okay, yeah. I do like pasta too, though. I'd give me some, like, 4 cheese, or what is that? 4 cheese pasta from Cheesecake Factory. Oh, I get some fucking, like, I get 5 different cheesecakes. You can get whatever you want. Like, when it's your last meal, you can literally spend, like, $500.
Maybe I'm, like, thinking about this, like, I've done something and I'm, like, on death row. Not that I'm, like, dying from disease.
Right. That's what it is. That's what she meant, I think. Isn't that how we were taking it?
Well, I mean, we were just talking about a serial killer.
It wasn't.
Whatever.
So yeah, I'd probably get a lot more stuff if I had more time. I'd like just make a whole list, spend $1,000 on food.
Dude, you would like, I wonder if you can like eat until you like die.
Have you seen my 600-pound life?
No, I mean like, but one meal.
No, because people eat so much all the time. Like those people on that show are constantly eating all the time.
I don't know. I dropped out of high school. What do you want from me?
I don't know. I guess like, but like, I guess if you put too much in your stomach at once, it could explode it, right? I don't know. Okay. Next question.
You want me to tell one of the ones I have?
You didn't get anybody to ask you a question though, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Just told me you didn't, but okay.
What do you think about when you're alone in your car?
I don't want to answer that question right now because I've been very not in a good mental state lately. So
I think they call that depression.
Okay. So I'm having a little bit of the depression happening.
Depression.
It's so bad I don't know how to pronounce words anymore. So, but I do think about like, if I'm really hungry, I think about food.
Oh man. I don't know. I think about like if I have some goals that I'm working on, whether they're like project based or like more long term, I'll think about those. Or I will think about what I'm going to do when I get home. Or sometimes I'm just listening to music and feeling myself, which is pretty much mostly what I do. But sometimes I'm just like embracing the silence and the aloneness because I have a shit ton of people that live with me. It's my own fault. It's all family. And then I am in an office space that has like an open floor plan. So there's just like people talking around me all the time. And I'm like, I need quiet so I can think. So, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a boring question, but whatever.
Yeah.
I'm the boring one.
No comment. Damn it, that's me being a bitch again. Fuck, I was trying to not appear that way, but it's my true self.
It is what it is. Live your truth.
I just realized, because I took this audio engineering class because I had to for my degree, and I realized what kind of microphone I have now, because it's a two-sided one. It's like a polar, I don't remember what it's called, but he said I think you can switch it to just be one side, and now I'm like, oh damn, I got to figure out my technology. Okay, I have another question.
Cripple is tech challenged, in case you couldn't get that from that whole bit.
Okay, here's a good one. Okay. Damn, she sent me a lot. Thank you, boo boo. This comes all the way from Norway, from my friend Jonika. That's how you say it. And
is that how they say that? Do they just shout at each other?
Yeah, Jonika. That's more how it sounds because it's very like melodic, the language. And she says, have you ever seen a ghost?
I wouldn't say that I've necessarily seen a ghost, but I've had encounters with, I don't know, like what I would consider like the spirit world or something.
Yeah. Tell us about one.
So for example, when my brother died, my family is kind of messed up. So no one told me that he had died for a few months afterwards. He was living in California. I was living in Tennessee, whatever. And he was my younger brother. But one day I was in my room where I was living, and I randomly found a card that he had made our mom. And I didn't even know that I had it. And I picked it up and I was reading it. And I just kept thinking like over and over, like, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. And it freaked me out. And like, I dropped it and I put it up and I, kind of was like talking to myself. I was like, no, like, I'll talk to him soon. Like, it's fine. Like, why are you thinking this craziness? And then, a couple months later, I found out that he died around the same time that whole experience happened.
That is fucking crazy, dude. You never told me that. Oh my God.
Did I not?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I remember when you called me, her brother died when he was 15. So it was really shocking. And I remember I was living in LA and she, when she had called me, and she was like,
when he was 15.
Hey, my brother's dead. And I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, you're such a, what? Why are you lying? She's like, no, I'm serious. And I was like, no, dude, like you're like, I didn't believe her for like 10 minutes and I have never even met her brother. So, and it was so shocking because he was so young. He was only 15.
Yeah. And I mean, like, the circumstances are convoluted and I'd rather not get into them, but like, it was just a whole crazy situation. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, it was.
What about you? Have you ever encountered ghosts?
Yes. I mean, there's like a few, okay. So one story that I can think of, one story that I guess sticks with me is that, okay, so this one thing happened to me when I was a little girl and I was at my friend's house, a childhood friend of mine, and I would go to her house a lot. I was very familiar with it. And she had like a garage that we would like hang out. Like it was a garage that didn't have a car in it. It was like, you know, we would hang out in there and stuff. But we were leaving the garage and going upstairs. I used to scoot all the time when I was little. So I was scooted up the stairs and she could walk. And so she was faster than me. And what had happened was I was going up the stairs. It was dark. I was probably like 7 and she was like 5. We were really little. And I saw like an eye or something, and she did too. We both like saw something in the garage and it like freaked us out. And I was like, oh my God. And so she like screamed like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? Cause we did cuss when we were little. I'm not even gonna lie. She probably said, what the fuck was that? And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? You know, like 7-year-old and 5-year-old.
I love that your families were like these crazy, like hippie families that let like 5-year-olds curse. Cause it just seems so weird to me.
It is so not. It's like a part of conditioning that they tell you that words are bad. No words are bad. They're just fucking words. Okay. But so anyways, she screamed and, I was like almost frozen. I freaked out and she ran upstairs. Okay. So she ran and I was like trying to scoot my ass on up there. And I was like, ah! Like screaming while I was like scooting up there. And she's like, hurry up, Jasmine. It was like a scene from like the Titanic. Like, just hold on. I don't know. That makes it seem like I've never seen the Titanic. They're like, when the fuck did that happen? Yeah, when Rose was like screaming. Huh. Anyways, wait. Whatever.
So yes, you've seen a ghost or something.
Whatever. Anyways, that's one of my favorite movies. Okay. Don't come for me. But so she was at the top of the staircase screaming at me to come up, and I was like getting up and I was like afraid I was going to be attacked. So I finally got up there and I was yelling at her, be with me, come, like, just walk with me on the stair, because I was so scared. She's like, I can't. You have to save yourself. Like, it was this whole thing. And so we finally got up the stairs and then we went into her room. And I was sitting on the floor because I was scooting, right? Because I'm a person with a disability, so I wasn't walking to her room, and her house was upstairs. So I scooted to her room, and then I was sitting on the floor, and then this fucking happened, dude. I swear to God. I felt this like cool, like breeze, but like it was like something that came through my body. Like I was sitting on the floor and I felt like this coolness come through like my like ass all the way like up to the top of my head, and it went away. It was like something that just went through my body and went away. And I was like, oh my God, I just fucking, like, what the fuck was that? I just felt something and I freaked out, and I was on the floor and I was like, help me get on the bed. Like I was freaking out, and her bed was really high and I had a hard time, and I was like, Simone, I'm getting attacked.
Oh my God. Your story is infinitely more better than mine. It's so, like, I just love that you guys were so dramatic as, like, little kids, but I can only, like, imagine how traumatizing that had to have been.
I'm a scaredy cat, though, so, like, and I have a lot of anxiety, so it was probably nothing, and I was, like, freaking out, but I swear to God it was something. I swear to God I felt like a thing, like, it was fucking weird. And also, okay, oh my God, let's talk about this. Okay, so as I've stated, I'm a newer stoner. I'm 31 years old and I didn't start smoking weed till I was 28. So I guess
that's not true, because when I was 17, 18, we smoked together. So
yeah, but I wasn't a stoner. Like I smoked with you and then that was it. Like I didn't smoke I've smoked randomly throughout the years, but never, I would usually
like
say no
now.
because I didn't realize that, because now you can choose between indica and sativa, but like when it wasn't legal, it was just like you got whatever you got. But I've realized,
what did I get when I was out there with you?
yeah,
I really
that's
liked
what I'm
it.
wondering. Maybe here's what I was going to say to you, because you freaked out too.
Thing.
You gotta do it.
No, I freaked out because of the edible.
Yeah, but also the other reason why you freaked out is because I think you had a sativa, and you should do indica. Because I used to think, oh, sometimes it's great when I smoke weed, and other times like I freak out. But now I realize that if I just have indica, I don't freak out. And now because it's legal here in Colorado and like in California and Washington, you can choose between those. But before you couldn't. It was just like you got a fucking dime bag from, some drug dealer. So, but anyways, what I was going to say is that like when I moved to Colorado, which was about 2 years ago now, I had moved in with my mom and I was like smoking a lot of weed. And one night I was, this story is like embarrassing and hilarious. But so I was like really high, like one night, and my mom was making dinner, but I had already been like stuffing myself full of just copious amounts of food. And she like was like, here, eat more food. And my high self, I'm like, okay. I think I also have the mentality when I'm high, like I'm like, oh, high people can eat a bunch. So like I just tell myself to eat more, even if I don't want to. I'll just like do it because I'm like, I'm supposed to. It's like an excuse to just be like my 600-pound life, to like live that. And so I was living that on this night. And so I was sitting there watching a TV show with my mom, okay, 28 years old. Wait, no, 29 years old, okay? Sitting at home eating like some rice with my mom while I was wearing a muumuu, okay, looking like a goddamn mess. Hadn't showered for a few days, like, So I remember, this is what I remember happened, and then I'll tell you what my mom saw. So I was sitting there eating, ate way too much. Like my stomach was like, I was losing the blood in my brain and it was going to my stomach. I remember saying to myself, I want to go on the floor now. Like I remember thinking, I'm going to go on the floor now. And because, okay, let me just say, I like going on the floor. I don't know why. I just feel like more like grounded or whatever. Like I just, even though it's not technically on the ground, because most like houses they're not on the ground. They have like a thing.
They have a floor.
Yeah. Yes. But like, so I said to myself, yeah, I'm going to go on the ground now. And then I ended up on the ground. And so I was on the ground. And then I was just staring at this purple thing. I saw like this purple, like circular. It was like circular and it had like a little gray on the edges. And it was like kind of spinning. And I just remember staring at this and my mom was yelling at me. But it was like I couldn't hear her yell. Like, I don't know how to explain it because this has never happened to me before. But it was like she was yelling, but the sound was really small. And I didn't know what she was saying to me. And I was just intently focusing on this spinny thing. And so then I snapped out of it and I started talking to my mom. And she was like, oh my God, Jasmine, are you okay? Like, what's wrong? Jasmine, should I call 911? I'm going to call 911, Jasmine. And I was like, like I couldn't. And then I finally, like she called 911, gives me the phone and I start talking to this lady on the phone, fucked up. Like I had a really hard time talking and stuff. And it was so weird. And then an ambulance came and of course, mind you, everybody who was on that ambulance team, they were all like really good looking young guys who were like my age. Okay. And here I am, this fucking crippled bitch on a Friday night, hanging out with my mom, passing out because I ate too much food.
In a moo-moo.
And I got too high. Oh, but what I was going to say is what actually happened, which I didn't know, is that I fell and I have brittle bones. So my mom saw me and caught me in time. Thank God. She was like, Jasmine. And she saw that my eyes started going in the back of my head and that I passed out.
God.
I literally passed out. And she said she helped me down to the floor. She saw me falling and she helped me to go down the floor gently because I would break. If I, just fell.
Dude, thank God for your mom. She's a gentle giant.
I know. I was like, what if I had a smaller mom, and had OI? I feel like my life would be different because my mom, physically has helped me so much, But so, I literally passed out. That's what fucking happened. And I don't even remember that because I thought but yeah, so a bunch of hot dudes came in and were talking to me and they're like, what did you take? What happened to you? And I was just like, I got too high and I ate too much food. And they're like, you really think that's what happened? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, I think we should take you to the hospital because I was still really out of it. It took me a while to come back. And I said, I don't have any money. I don't want to go to the hospital. I was like, and even in my state of being out of it and fucked up and my leg hurting and all of these hot guys around me, checking my heartbeat and me being embarrassed and my fucking gross, sweaty self in a fucking moo-moo, I was still the government doesn't care about us. And medical insurance is too much and I don't have money. And if I die, I was just being really extra. So that's what happened.
Story of your fucking life, right?
Seriously, though. But the thing that's crazy about that whole situation is now thinking back to it, I'm serious. I think that there was some sort of thing trying to get into my body. I think that there was some spirit or a demon or something trying to overtake me and it could have because I've never experienced that. And I was mesmerized by this thing that I was staring at. I saw something. It was real and I couldn't focus on anything else but this thing.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. And so I stopped smoking weed for months after that because I was like, oh my God, it's the weed. But the other thing is, this is the other thing I want to say. I was in the other house that my mom was living in and now I'm in a different house. And from the moment I moved into that house, the first night that I got there, I was sleeping in this room and I saw a thing, a shadow thing. And I freaked out and it was I could feel something in the room with me. I was freaking out and I was
That's so fucking creepy.
It is fucking creepy. I literally yelled to my mom the first night we got there and I was like, there's something in my, I was like, there's someone in my room. There's someone in my room. And she came in and was like, what's going on? And I was like, huh. So that house was so creepy. My mom's dog died in that house of kidney failure. And there was just something eerie. I don't know how to explain it. There was something weird about that fucking house. And I do think an entity was trying to invade my body. I seriously do. Okay. All the people who don't believe in that shit are going to be like, uh-huh. I'm like, bitch, has that happened to you? When you smoke weed? Did that happen to you? No.
Well, so. I mean, people are always saying that, when you're in a compromised mental state, that's when shit can get to you.
Yes.
So, I mean, despite whatever anyone believes, that is a thing that is said. Yeah. So
I know. That's why I really think so too, because it is compromising. You are in a different mental state. They can try and invade you. And I believe in that shit. I do. I believe that entities can overtake your body. I do. But I also feel kind of proud of myself. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Because nothing like that has ever happened since. And I did start smoking weed again, obviously, months later. And I've never had an experience like that again. And I don't think it was from the weed that did that. I think that was a part of it, like you just said. But it's scary, dude. That freaked me the fuck out. And my leg was sore for I don't know, a month. But thank God I didn't break anything. So yeah.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
Okay.
All right. Well, there you have it. Episode 1.
We did it.
Yeah. Yay us. Thanks for listening.
Okay. Bye. I burped.
Intro music is from Lizzo. You can find us on Instagram, Twitter, or on our website, crippleandbaldy.com.
Thank you. Okay.
That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly how I feel. That's exactly